do 5 to 6 miles every day, and then I play pickleball, and I do water aerobics, and I do Pilates with my daughter. So I've been exercising my whole life.
Barbara and Dan Hasbrook first met in 8th grade. Love brought them back together after they went their separate ways for college. Last year, they celebrated 49 years of marriage with a trip to Arizona. At the time, Barbara didn't tell anyone she wasn't feeling her best.
I felt like a little tightness, just tightness. And I thought, oh, I'm getting older, it's hot out, I'm coaching my granddaughter.
She ignored the warning signs something was wrong and went to Sedona anyway, climbing 26 miles to celebrate their anniversary.
Well, I tried to not go, but as I said, she shamed me into it.
So we both made it to the top of this really beautiful romantic thing called Devil's Bridge.
When she returned, the tightness moved to her shoulder and her doctor ordered a stress test. She failed.
They showed me a picture of my heart and said, you have 95% blockage in your arteries and we are having to do open heart surgery and you are on borrowed time. They showed me this much clarity in my arteries of my heart.
I was in shock, disbelief. I said, I should be having this, not you.
With no history of heart disease in her family, Barbara was in shock too. Her only option was open heart surgery to replace 4 arteries. Dan says it is thanks to Dr. Heinleson they will celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary this fall.
I'd actually had my physical 3 weeks before, including a stress EKG. My blood work is great, no calcification, and I actually had a CT scan 3 weeks before that showed no aneurysm.
Don had no history or indication of a heart problem until May 17, 2016, 3 weeks after his physical.
3 weeks later, sitting at my desk, started to feel tightness in my upper chest and my collarbone. Sensed something was wrong, and within 3 minutes felt like a spike went right through my chest, and then I knew something was wrong.
Scans revealed Don had an ascending aortic dissection, a condition few people survive.
The interior wall of my aorta had separated from the aorta itself.
He was rushed into emergency surgery May 17th.
They replaced the ascending aorta just above the aortic valve, and even into the part of the arch is replaced with some kind of a mesh material. So that's the part that kills you.
And just months later, he had an aortic stent put in to improve circulation. The Dunbars are immensely grateful for Dr. Hymanson and the team who cared for them, making it a true honor to serve as this year's co-chairs.
They really saved his life, and then the second time they made it, normal again. And so, yeah, very grateful, very blessed.
I learned a lot, spent a lot of time calling a lot of people, doing a lot of research, and learned that they really can't do anything for me at Cleveland Clinic that they can't do right here. That was a no-brainer. We live a mile and a half from the hospital.
We have a world-class Cardiovascular Institute, research, foundation, clinical enterprise in our backyard. And I think a lot of people don't realize that St. Vincent's is an academic medical center. We are making original, significant contributions. There is no therapy from a cardiovascular standpoint that you have to leave the state of Indiana for.
If we don't have research, if we don't have that platform available to the physicians, we won't get the best physicians. So we're going to have it to stay as competitive as we are now long term.
We've become a go-to place for cardiovascular research. We have vendors contacting us all the time. So we are doing trials that 1 of 2 or 3 people in the country and sometimes in the world are asked to do.
And we are just getting started. Last year, Love It 2016 raised $700,000 for initial infrastructure. 11 new positions still being filled by the end of 2018. Your support tonight will help expand access to research studies, ensure more patients are screened and enrolled, increase the number of studies, and the long-term goal of the $10 million endowment. That will solidify St. Vincent Cardiovascular Research Institute as a national and international leader in cardiovascular healthcare, research, and innovation. The overall goal, connecting more patients with the life-saving studies, trials, and advancements already proving out life-saving results. 19-year-old Lucas Jackson is an avid racer. He's young, he's active, and he has a family history of heart failure. His dad died of heart failure just 1 month after being diagnosed. That led Lucas to being tested and subsequently diagnosed with congestive heart failure. His prognosis was not good.
He was in profound heart failure. His other organs were suffering, his mental status was changed. He was really sick.
But because of research trials being done here at the St. Vincent Cardiovascular Research Institute, there was hope and a life-saving option.
I'm confident he would not be with us if he didn't have the heart pump.
The HeartMate 3, the pump keeping Lucas alive today until doctors find the right heart for his body.
The pump is attached to his heart, and it takes over the primary function of the left ventricle, displacing blood to the rest of the body. And now he can wait as long as it takes to get a perfect heart for him, to replace both his native heart and the heart pump, and hopefully recover to as normal lifestyle as possible.
Dr. Salerno is the first doctor in Indiana to implant the HeartMate 3. Lucas is the second patient in the U.S. to get this heart pump and the first sent home with it.
I got an opportunity my dad didn't to continue on life with the advances of technology.
More trials, more research, more publications, and more progress. St. Vincent performed 34 transplants last year, making it the most successful program in the state with the best outcomes. This year, St. Vincent is on pace to perform at least 50 heart transplants with 100% survival. The future is bright for St. Vincent Cardiovascular Health, Research, and Innovation, and your support is part of building the future right here in Central Indiana.